Welcome to Koehler&Dramm's Institute of Floristry, UDesign with Ardith. So there's many ways to wire a Gerber daisy, just depending on what you want it to be. One of them is that we sell the little Gerber stems. And this you place on the stem like this with the point coming up and slide it up the stem very easily. It slides up the stem. And then holding the stem, this point goes into the flower up to that little bend. So it goes up there just to that little bend. Then I'm going to put my thumb on the wire that's straight, resisting my own force, pulling this down. So that's as easy as it is. Now it has this green look to it. Some people like it, some people use it as part of the decorative accent. We're going to use it as part of our decorative accent. So that's one way. Now another way is I'm going to take a number 22 wire. I'm going to tape the 22 wire all the way down. Now depending on how strong the Gerber is, how big the flower is, you might need a little heavier wire, but I'm just going to tape the wire all the way down. This is just a plain wire and this is floral tape. And in the middle of the wire I'm going to do a little curly Q here. And at the top I'm going to do a little curve around my finger. So this is just a little bend around my finger, a little curly Q here. And I'll take the Gerbera and put it through that and through that. So now I'm not piercing the flower at all. The flower is being supported by the little cradle that I made. And then this just makes it look like a little natural vine. So you can curl it around and strengthen around like this. So when you're designing with this, say in a hand type bouquet, this looks more like a little vine going up the flower. And then you could tape it at the bottom like that. So that's the second way. And another way is by taking the Gerbera, and I'm going to again take another 22 wire, a number 22 wire, and pierce it up into the flower. So I usually put my finger up into the center of the flower and then put this through, and when you feel it coming through, if you feel it coming through a bit, then just pull it back down because you don't want it to come through. Then I'm going to tape this at intervals. And the reason I'm taping it at the intervals like this, make sure you stretch the tape, is so that the wire doesn't dance around the stem and look like a crooked seam. The first thing I think of is a nylon stocking with the seam. I know that that's a long time ago, but you still see them around sometimes. So this makes the seam nice and straight. And the reason we use the light green tape is because it is so much like the color of the stem, the natural stem of the Gerber daisy. Then you'll go around and tape down and around. And now you don't have to be concerned about the wire dancing around for you. And when I'm designing with Gerberas, I like to have them a little bit warmer because they tend to bend a little bit easier. It's, you know, when they say that pin head, the pin that you could hear the drop from around the world. Well, I don't care where you are in the classroom or in the building, but when one of these Gerberas decide to crack, its snap is so loud. I know you guys know that. So I'm just going to go down to a certain spot. Now see, with this, you can bend and you can manipulate the stem as you like to, and it gives you some good movement. So that's another way to do it. And one of the fun ways we have, one of the great ways too, is we have the aluminum wire. This aluminum wire is wonderful. And I'm going to cut the wire with this jewelry plier and make a nice little twist. So we're going to cradle the tip just like we did on the other one that we put in there. So we just cradle the tip a little bit and take the Gerbera, put it down in here. So now you can use this color as well as the texture for a decorative accent. See how I just cup it in there? So you tuck it up in there and cover it around like this, making loops and curls and however you want to do it. And then you can always tape the end or secure the end in the stem. way too, so you have decorative accent. Now, one of the other things I want to show you, one of the newer products, we have this beautiful wool wire. So with this wired wool, you could do the same thing with the Gerbera. Use this to your advantage. So pull it up and around like this. Now the wool will hydrate, will absorb the water. So maybe make a couple little leaves or something out of it coming out of the side. Wrap it around and pull it up again in another little leaf and secure that around the stem. So this is, as I said, one of the newer products, the wired wool, and it comes in many different colors. But now that you're designing, you can have a little bit of decoration and make your Gerbera be a little more fun. Now, the last one I want to show you is, again, some of this wool. We have the wool. So this is just to start you out. This is just to give you some inspiration. And what I want you to do is just go on your own. And you can take the wool like this. Actually, let's cut it in a couple different pieces. And I have some of the metallic wire. So we'll roll this around here. And this will help keep the head stable. Plus it'll give it a decorative accent. So we'll wrap this around. The wool ribbon is just so wonderful to have. Now I can just stop it up here or bring it down like this in the middle a little bit. Just 2 or 3 wraps. And then wrap again on the edge. Only this time I wrapped it flat. This time we'll wrap it at an angle. And, you know, go have fun with it because it is absolutely amazing. And you could put little holes in it and put beads on it. And remember though, every time you do something extra to this, you need to make sure that you charge for it, that you get the money for it. So wrapping and using the wool, I think probably a different color, and there's many different kinds of colors of the wool, would give you a little more of a stronger contrast. But at this point, and then I'll take the end of this and just go up into the wool so it doesn't hurt anybody. And you have, maybe this is a winter Gerbera. It's wrapped up nice and tight for winter. So here's some different ideas of designing with your Gerbera, preparing them for design. Find a fun way that you'd love to do it.